Alright everybody, so welcome back to the second part of this unboxing video. As you can see, I've got the enclosures made up, so it's time to put these spiders in their new homes. And of course, we're going to start with this girl over here. She's the one that came out of the vial on us earlier when we were going to check on her. And I've actually done a little handling of her, kind of unintentional handling of her, and she seems to be a pretty calm spider, so um, here's hoping that the transfer will go well. She wants to go toward the front of the bottle, so we will, hopefully we can coax her and she won't kick too many hairs. If I can get in here, look at the fuzz on this girl. That's one thing that is very noticeable about the T. apophysis, from what I understand, is they are quite the fuzz, but so far she seems to be pretty calm. No defensiveness, no herky-jerky boltiness, or anything like that. Of course, if you know anything about these large Theraphosa's, they have very irritating, urticating hairs. So much so more than a lot of other tarantula species. So there we go. There is the first one in her new home. I will fill that water dish once I am done with the video. But there we go. There is the first tarantula in its new home. Super excited. Hopefully it will be happy in there for at least a molt or two. So there's the first one. Let's move along. Alright, so let's start housing the little ones. We're going to start out with Pteranopelma sazami number 1. This is the Brazilian blue. I have, these were on my radar when I first started in the tarantula hobby. I've been in the hobby for 4 years now, so they were on my radar for a little while, and then they just kind of fell off. So I've never had the desire to purchase any of these guys, but since it was an option as a freebie, I was like, sure, why not? So here we go. As adults, they do sport some really beautiful blue colors, so this should be interesting. Like I said, I don't know how many of these spiders will reside in my collection permanently, so we'll just see. But for the meantime, we will raise them up and take very good care of them. And there it is, just a little tiny speck. Looks like just about any other spiderling, especially a New World spiderling. Hold on, I'm going to pause, tear some of this paper towel off, and then we're going to try to transfer it into the enclosure without any incidents. Alright, so here we go. Fingers crossed this goes really well. Oh, that thing just ran right down into the enclosure. No problems whatsoever. And what I read and heard about them is true. They are very fast. You can see it right over here on the left side. There we go. That is the first P. sazami in its new enclosure. Let's move along. Alright, so here we go with P. sazami number 2. Hopefully this one will go just as well and uneventful as the first one did. There at the end, that one was started running around, and it is true, they are fast, so hopefully we won't have too much trouble out of this one. Guess we'll find out really quick, won't we? Oops. Stupid me, bumping the camera. Sorry about that. Let's see how this one is doing. Alive and well. And again, just a plain brown spiderling. Let's see if we can coax it into its new home without it running off and escaping. And it wants to go complete opposite way I want it to. There. Oh, hold on. Where did you go? Yep, these guys are definitely fast. So that's one thing to be aware of if you decide to get these. And they're also they seem to be a little stubborn because it just wants to keep going onto the back side of the paper towel instead of going into the enclosure. There it goes. Finally got it into the enclosure. And there it is in its new home. Thank goodness the next spiderling is so much easier to deal with. Let's move along. Alright, this next spiderling ought to be pretty easy. Famous last words. Like I said, I have had a T. vagans before, and they are a pretty decent tarantula. As a spiderling, the one that I had was a bit skittish, and as she grew, she got less skittish and more like defensive. Never aggressive. I don't like the word aggressive describing any invertebrates, especially tarantulas, because they are not aggressive. Aggression is an intentional act of malice, and these guys don't intentionally try to harm us. Anytime you've got one that throws a threat posture, kicks hairs, slap strikes at you, whatever, that's defensiveness. They're just trying to protect themselves. They are not aggressive. Okay, this guy is a little bigger than the other two, and if you know what you're looking for, you can tell here that this one is obviously in a pre-molt because its abdomen is quite dark and shiny. I'm surprised it did not molt in transit. This transfer ought to go much easier than the last two. See how nice and slow this guy is moving. Right down into the enclosure. And there we go. So that is all of the spiderlings in their new homes now. Let's move on to that last T. apophysis and finish out this video. Alright, so here we go with the fifth and final spider. My second T. apophysis female. The first one went pretty well, so here's hoping that this one will go pretty well. From a lot of what I've read about them, they say aggressive, but again, I hate that term. It's more defensive. But these guys, so far, seem to be pretty calm. So we'll see how that goes. These guys, like I said, it's first of all, this species is a lot harder to find in the hobby than, say, the Sturmey. And the Blondie, of course, is about as rare as the Apophysis. But to be able to find a sexed specimen, especially at 2.5 inches on a semi-rare spider like this, I just could not resist. And I hope that this one wants to be a little more shy. There we go. Let me zoom in here real quick. Uh-oh. This one is a little more bolty and skittish. But that's why we have catch cups around. There we go. Hold on, guys. Let me get rearranged here. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. She seems to be a bit more skittish, but that's understandable. She's been in a box for 2 days. There was actually a delay yesterday. I never found out why. So they were in there a lot longer than, a day longer than they should have been. I have never had a delay with an order. I have had invertebrates in the mail, in transit for a couple of days because I chose 2 or 3 day shipping. But I've never had any kind of delays on overnight. So this was the first. So she's probably just ready to get out of this thing. Probably not going to see a whole lot of her because of her. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to let her settle down. We'll give you a final look, and we'll close out this video. All right, so I finally got her to calm down. So we will just look at her through the rest of the video. This species is highly desirable in the hobby for those who are into the large tarantulas. Again, I'm not into the large tarantulas. I'm really into the beautiful display spiders, but this is actually a pretty beautiful spider. So who knows? One of these may end up with me, but like I said, the other one is spoken for right now. The other 3 spiderlings either going to stay here, or I'll give them to somebody or whatever. Excuse me. But guys, if you live in the US, you're looking for really awesome rare tarantulas, go check out the Spider Shop, East Coast, West Coast, whatever. Like I said, both shops have different spiders, so you can pick from either one. But if you get one from each, just be prepared to pay shipping on both of them. Big shout out to Tyler and Ashlyn. Guys, thank you so much and for being so communicative and keeping in touch with me. Awesome job with the packing. Unbelievable on the freebies. I have never gotten more than 1 freebie. The package I got last week, they actually sent me 2 freebies. These guys, they sent me 3 freebies. So now they're my new favorite online vendor. Awesome guys to deal with, like I said. Go check them out, and you won't be disappointed. Guys, that's all I've got for this video. I'm just getting started, so sorry everything may be a little primitive, but tell your friends, like, comment, share, subscribe if you have not done that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you will enjoy future videos to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a wonderful day or night. God bless.